Hey, call me Shape, and today I'm reacting to more delusional, older black women on TikTok. Let's get right into it.
I've been separated from my husband now for nearly 30 days, which is unreal. It flies by. And of course, I'm living by myself now, and I have lots of times to reflect. And one of the things that I was thinking is, I remember the fear that I had about being alone. I am a Brazilian living in the UK, so my whole family lives back in Brazil. And I am so surprised with the way I'm feeling. I'm so surprised how I'm enjoying actually to be alone. I do have an amazing group of friends and they are very supportive, but I literally enjoy so much. I'm enjoying so much this solitude. So I wanted to share that because I know a lot of women and a lot of men as well that are in a relationship and are planning to get separated could be going through this terrifying fear of just being alone. What is going to happen? I know everybody, like each of us, have a different experience and a different story. But for me, I feel that what happened was being together wasn't good for both of us. And now that we are apart, life just feels better. Everything just feels more positive. So being alone and being in my own space and have time to think and have time to digest everything feels good, feels better. So I just wanted to say that not everything that we think, not everything that we think is going to happen actually happens. Not every feeling that we think we are going to feel, we are actually going to feel when we get separated. That is my experience. That is my story. And I feel like I had to share because I've never seen someone talk about separation, and I had consumed a lot of it online of someone that actually felt that the separation at the beginning was positive. And right now, I think it is being positive for both sides.
Imagine that living your life as a woman and all you do is justify how you feel. You're a grown woman and you're, oh, it felt good, it feels good, it feels good, it feels good. You know what doesn't feel good? Hard work, discipline, okay? There's a lot of discomfort in doing the right thing. The right thing's not comfortable. This is why most people don't go to the gym. Because it doesn't feel good. Oh my God, it doesn't feel good. Life is not about the feels. Okay? And this is why women are easily manipulated into one thing or another. Because they judge things by how they feel. Right? My dad used to always tell me, he said, if you try some hard drugs, like heroin and stuff like that, you're going to like it. Right? But that's no reason to do it. Okay? Pleasure is a trap. So we have a lot of obese people that did things that felt good. But you know what doesn't feel good? Being obese. But you know what does feel good? Becoming obese. And what I mean by that is the act of overeating and gluttony feels great. But afterwards, when you look at yourself in the mirror, it feels horrible. So she should really rethink her life and like, what's your purpose in life? Because your purpose in life is not to just feel good, okay? Being married is about duty and responsibility. And here's a very irresponsible woman.
70% of divorces that happen over 40 are initiated by women. Okay, why is that? Now, I'm not trying to keep everybody married. I'm not trying to get everybody pregnant. I'm just asking people to think of their hormones. Well, as she loses these hormones, there are so many brain changes that are happening. And because she doesn't understand herself, she thinks it's your problem. She thinks it's her teenage kid's problems. She thinks it's her aging parents' problem. She thinks it's work's problem. She doesn't go, oh, okay, wait. I've got some neurochemical changes going on in my brain that I need to make sure that my lifestyle supports. And she doesn't, since that conversation isn't open, she turns on everybody else.
And we didn't need to know that in order to know that, because we see whenever a woman is leaving her relationship or leaving her marriage, she's not saying anything logical. She's not saying anything quantifiable. She's not saying anything factual. She's 100% leaning in on whatever she's feeling at that time. And by no means can it be her. By no means can it be what's going on within her. It's everyone else's fault. I've seen this play out in my own life. My mother. Any type of explosive moment she had in her life or whatever's going on with her individually it will play out on everybody else. It's all our fault. I'm like, well, what we do? Because you crazy. Anyway, let's move on. The point is,
no one thinks it's themselves because no one likes to take accountability. You know, women hate accountability. Accountability is a woman's kryptonite. Oh my God, it's me, it's me. Yo, I feel this way, I feel that way. But the way you feel could be based off of a stupid brain, right? She said you go through neurological changes when you get older as a woman. That makes sense because your brain no longer has to focus on creating children because that part of your life is gone, right? Reproductive cycle for a woman is short. And when it ends, they go through some horrific changes that they hate, you know, heat flashes and menopause and stuff like that. And this is why men, for the most part, we don't like older women. One, because they're not fertile. And two, because their brain has gone crazy. They got a bunch of brain fog. But of course, it's not that they have brain fog, right? And that they are incoherent. No, of course not. It's everyone else. It's everyone else's fault, right? And what this lady said here is very simple. It's so easy to understand and comprehend. But a lot of women can't comprehend that they might be the culprit of their problems. No, they can't be the culprit. No, my husband is this, but the way I feel. Listen, man, a perv feels like he's right to do whatever he does. He feels that way. A PDF file feels good playing with minors, right? Does not justify behavior. It doesn't make it moral, doesn't make it right, doesn't make it sound, doesn't make it sensible. But a lot of women choose life paths that end up in ruin because it felt good, right? The road to hell is paved with good intentions. And let me tell you something. Those good intentions feel real good. But you know what doesn't feel good? The destination, okay? Hard work, duty, responsibility. That's what this country's built on. This country's not built on what feels good. People don't get up and say, the pilot's not flying the airplane. Says, you know what? I don't feel like landing this thing. I just don't feel like landing the plane. You know, we see all the plane crashes going on right now. Imagine if they were based off of incompetence and people not feeling like, I don't feel like landing the plane right now. Like, it's your responsibility to land the plane. It is your responsibility. How terrifying would life be if people just didn't feel like doing the right thing? But women could get away with this logic because they could get away with being illogical. It's like in their nature.
Let me tell you, one of the best things that I did for my marriage was get a divorce. Because that separation literally forced me to look at the active problems that were going on in our relationship instead of it being overshadowed by the responsibilities of our home, the responsibilities of our careers, the responsibilities of entrepreneurship, the responsibilities of our children. There were things that we needed to work on, but when you're actively in a problem, you cannot see the solution to that because you're moving about your day in this routine matter. So some people may look at, well, you're going to divorce your husband even though y'all still kind of together, so on and so forth. Let me just clear one thing. I've always said that I was going to spin the block for that man. He's not the problem. It's the problems that we had within ourselves that were causing issues in our relationship. And we were just not able to take the time to figure out, or not even figure out, but work on what those problems were because we were so busy doing everything else. And so for me in my house, that looked like literally taking a step back and going forth with the divorce because I wanted there to be a clear separation between him and I. I did not want there to still be this thing dangling over our head, this other responsibility of being married that would keep us from truly identifying the things that we needed to do for ourselves instead of always thinking in the mindset of us being this couple and what we needed to do for each other, if that makes sense. And it's been about 6 months since him and I have been separated.
No, it doesn't make any sense at all. It doesn't. It's so selfish. It's so interesting to think that I need to abandon my responsibilities in order to grow. I need to grow. Yeah, well, while you are being responsible, being an adult, you got to do both of these things together. You can't just abandon what you need to do. And she's talking about spinning the block. I'm going to spin the block for him. So her logic is, let me get divorced so I could grow and we could focus on our individual problems and then we'll come back and get remarried. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. But this is how a lot of modern women think. This is brain rot on 1,000, okay? Women think, you know what? I'm going to just do this the way I want to do it. This makes sense to me. It doesn't make any sense. No. What if a man said, you know what? I'm married to a woman. We have a young daughter. You know, I'm not the man I need to be yet. And I just feel like all my responsibilities and my energy go to providing and protecting these people is actually hindering my growth. So what I really need to do is become a deadbeat dad and then take my time and attention and invest in myself. Maybe go to the gym, maybe go find myself on vacation, traveling over the seas, maybe become a passport bro for a couple of years, and then come back to you guys and then take care of you. Yeah, makes no sense. The hard things about life is that we got to figure out life while we're already doing life. We got to do both of those together. You got to grow while you're already alive. You got to do things and nothing gets to stop. You can't pause life. So you're trying to pause your marriage. It might sound dandy and great to you, but really it's just stupid. It's just dumb. And if you look for counsel everywhere but TikTok, you'll find it out that it's dumb. But all the people in TikTok, oh, look what someone said. Hard decisions are often the best decisions. Okay. If I punch you in the face and that was a hard decision, is that the best decision? I mean, like I said, these things that people say could justify any bad behavior. And that's why they say it.
Physically in my own apartment and him in the main house, I like to call it. And, but I just wanted to share that because sometimes we're told that we have to stay in a certain situation and just work it out as we are in it. But I'm telling you that sometimes it's hard to do that when you're actively in the problem. So do what's going to work best for you. I'm telling you this, the discovery that I've made for just myself and for him as well, going to therapy and just working on those inner issues that end up ultimately affecting our relationship has been such a blessing in disguise. And even though this was not the decision that I thought we would eventually make to get us to where we are now, this was the best decision for me to make for where we are now. So make sure that you're doing what works for you, your family, and the goals.
You don't know what works for you. This is by far not the best decision. This is the dumbest decision. And that's why you have the title Unpopular Opinion. How is divorce the best thing for your marriage? Think about that. And then you call things, this is a blessing. God did not bless your divorce. Stop capping. I hate when people use my God to justify their poor choices. Women just say anything. This is why you can't trust anything a lot of these fools say because they don't want to say anything. Anything makes sense. Anything's a blessing. Anything's a smart choice. What works for you? What works for you? This is not going to work for you. This is going to backfire on you. Big time. If I was your husband, I won't take you back. I'm not going to let you spin the block when it's convenient for you. Oh, yeah, let me break up with you, become a 304, and I'm going to come back for you. You know, I need to grow really quickly. I need to spend my time in an apartment. What she's really saying, the whole thing about her getting divorced, she really just wants to sleep around. She don't want to cheat on him. She really wants to cheat on him because he's annoying her. But so instead of cheating on him, she's going to get divorced first. And then, oh, you can't say I'm cheating. We were divorced. And then when she's done, you know what I'm saying, being a 304, then she wants to come back to him with some used goods and talking about, take me back. I'm ready. I've grown now. I'm at my best. I'm my best self now. Nonsense, bro. And it's so sad that women fall for this stupidity. Oh, my God. If you would just run this stupid ass idea by a man that's sensible, he would tell you, stop it. Stop it. Ask your daddy, does this make sense? This makes no sense. But remember, women think to themselves, oh, you know, if you're going to cheat on me, how come you didn't just break up with me first? Break up with me first. You know what I'm saying? Like, break up with me first. You know? And as if that makes it better. It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's the semantics. Oh, we're technically apart, so we could do this. You know what I'm saying? But you have a family, girl. You have a whole responsibility. You're thinking about your happiness. What about your child? What about your child? Women don't know sacrifice, or the women are not willing to sacrifice nothing, okay? Besides their family. That's what they're going to sacrifice. They're not going to sacrifice their happiness. They're going to sacrifice their family. And so, if this is your mother, I'm praying for you, man, because you definitely need a blessing.
I'm 44. Yes, in case some of y'all didn't know, big Virgo energy over here, 9/14. This past Saturday, I turned 44. I was nervous and like scared to get older. That I'm here living it, loving it, happy as shit. Feels amazing. It does not feel how I thought it was gonna feel. I don't feel old as shit. Like, I got my mind, I got my health, like everything is like good. Shit is just a blessing or whatever, you know. My birthday was amazing. I got a lot of good calls and texts and shit like that, but the most simplest gift was the one that stood out the most. And it's gonna sound, some of y'all not gonna get it. I'll probably tell y'all about it one day, but somebody gave me, a special person gave me a pack of Reese cups. It be the little shit. It be the little shit. Like, it don't be the money, it don't be the gifts, it don't be the trips, it don't be the shoes, it don't be the bags, it don't be that bag, like none of that. It be the little stuff. Them Reese cups. That shit hit different. I'll talk about it one day. Maybe. I don't know. But yes. 44. I'm a whole ass unicorn out here. Like, I have no desire to fit into anybody's box. Whether it's in my professional life, my love life, my friendships, or whatever. If you can't take every part of me, every personality, everything that I give you, because there's layers to this motherfucker. It's called balance. Balance. You know? One day I'm crocheting. The next day I'm painting. The next day I'm dancing around my house twerking or whatever. And I'm definitely going to be taking a nap somewhere. So it's like, you never know what you get from me. I like to read books. Like I said, I'm a whole ass nerd, a little weirdo, a whole ass unicorn or whatever. But then at the same time, I like to get up and get cute and get outside, go to the gym, work out, you know, get to the bag. For sure gonna get to the bag. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. You sound dumb as hell. You're 44. You need to smack yourself. This is retarded what you just said. You're so unique. You're so unique. Oh my God. Someone has to accept you as the way you are. Girl, you're not a unicorn. You're just goofy. Imagine being 44 years old and being this dumb. This stupid. She has a butterfly tattoo on her shoulder. Yeah, you're regular. You're average. How many girls we know have a tattoo of a butterfly? So you're just so original, girl. You're so original. You have hey, tattoo artist, can I get a tattoo? What tattoo would you like? I like a butterfly. Oh, where would you like the butterfly? I want a butterfly on my arm. You think you're the only one that got a butterfly on your arm? You think you're the only one that got weave on? You think the only girl on TikTok that's 44 years old coping to the internet? You're not the only one. This is normal. I just reacted to videos of dumb people just like you. This is not a unicorn. I like to crochet. I like to paint. I read and I twerk sometimes and I take naps. Round of applause. Oh my God. She's so special. Everybody, this is the most compelling offer to high value men. High value men, start throwing in your bets. Just start throwing it in. And I thought it was so funny. She said on her birthday, she got a bunch of texts and calls. That means you didn't do shit for your birthday. She got a bunch of texts and calls. And the best thing, someone special. Gave her a Reese's peanut butter cup. Gave her candy. It's the small things. It's the small things. Oh man, delusion is a full-on sport for women, man. You guys are competitive at this. This is amazing. You know what? I would think that at some point, Shape, you're going to just run out of content to make. There's no way you're going to keep making another video of women being delusional in their 40s. There's just no way. And I tell you, I never run out. You can't make none of this up. I didn't tell none of them to say none of this. They didn't say this for me. They didn't say this for the content. They didn't say this for the channel. They're saying this to convey a message to the world that they're so brilliant. They're so smart. And by the way, this girl, she has 1,600 comments. 1,600 comments on this post. And that's exactly what they do. They do it to chase attention. You are another woman with a clown face, hair that's not yours. You're old, you're washed up, nobody wants you. We know that there's something rotten in your head right now called your brain, right? You're going through all these hormonal changes, and nobody wants to deal with none of this. I mean, literally none of this. Ladies, the market decides your value, not you. So try and tell the market, oh, you got to accept this. You got to accept this. Women, selling yourself on the market is like selling a house. You don't determine your price and your value. The buyers determine your price and value. You know how I know? Because I'm still a licensed real estate agent in New Jersey. And I can tell you, houses that go in the market that no one buys because they put a price that's too high to interest anyone, they get stale. We call them stale listings. They sit on the market for months and they don't get no interest. Nobody even inquiring about it at all. You know why? Because the owner's so arrogant and says, I want to sell my house for this. I want to sell my house for that. So the trouble as a real estate agent trying to convince the person, go to the market with a lower price and get people to actually bid the price up by a bidding war. Get 3, 4, 5 people interested in buying this house because it's such a good deal, because the price is so good and the value that it offers for what it's offering at the price, it makes sense and so many people can buy it. But this right here is an example of a stale listing. And I like to call them stale women. This is a stale woman. She's rotten. She's past her prime. But she thinks just because she got boobs, she got yitties, in a dress that you could see, right? She got, oh, look at Cleveland's, and I got makeup on, and tattoo, and I got hair on. Oh, I'm so screwable. Yeah, so wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, then kick it to the road. You're not worth being with. Who wants to bring this in their home? Who wants to provide for this? Who wants to protect for this? Women, if you want something of value, you got to think like a high-value man. You guys don't think like high-value men. You know how you think? You think like simps. Women think like simps. They think that, oh, a simp would want me. He's going to chase after me. He's going to be in my DMs. He's going to comment me. But yeah, that's true. He would. Because he's desperate and he got no other options. For you, to him, you're amazing, right? But to a man like me, who gets women just as attractive as you, if not more attractive and younger and more cooperative and don't got silly tattoos on their shoulders, you're not worth a goddamn thing. You're not. You're just not.
No. I'm very excited about what this next chapter holds for me. I might need y'all opinion. Actually, I'm gonna ask y'all, like, I'm trying to figure out the dating range here now that I'm at 44. Like, my ex-husband is 13 years my senior. I don't want to be a nurse again. I don't want to do that. I don't want such structured shit, you know. I don't want to be like, oh, you know, you should act your age. Baby, I just got here. I've never been this age. I don't know how to act. I'm just going to be me, you know. I'm still hella vibrant and shit like that. So it's like, I'm thinking younger. But how young should I go? Like, I'm not trying to do 20s. That's a little bit too young. I'm thinking maybe like 35, 36, give or take. I don't know, but we're going to see what this next year got going for me or whatever. But like,
fellas, who's going to tell her? Who's going to tell her? Everybody in the comments in their 30s, would you date a woman that's divorced, stupid, and looks like this? Would you give her anything other than the Roscoe and a few good strokes? Would you give her anything other than that? Would you even give her bubblegum? So many people in my comments, I see them all the time. They talk about, I'm in my 30s and I'll never date a woman in her 40s. I know dudes that are in their 60s and they only date girls between 26 and 36. That's it. You're 44. You're way past that. See, the problem is women think that the world's their oyster. Everyone's just going to fall and bow down to them. There's so many delusional women like you. You're not special. You're not. There's nothing you offer that's unique to the market that we have never seen before. We have seen this delusion before, baby. I'm telling you. Your beauty, you're an attractive woman, and I feel bad for you. You know why? Because you could be a gracefully aged married woman. I respect older women that are married. If you're single as an older woman, you better be a widower. If you're not a widower, I don't respect you. If you, God forbid, your husband died, you know what? Rest in peace to him. I know life is going to be hard because even though it's not your fault, the market's still going to punish you because the market don't care about older women. They just don't. And but you know what? Women like her, we need to extend our grace to women like that their husband died or whatever in their, you know, unexpectedly in their 40s, their 50s, their 60s, and so on. These women, you know, they're innocent, they're victims. But these women, no, these women, they deserve everything that the market offers them, which is nothing. The market has nothing for a 44-year-old woman, barely bubblegum and barely Roscoe. You could barely get that. And the people you can get that from are so below what you think your standards are, you're not even going to want it. You're not even going to want it. And that's what the shame is. The shame is, look at her, right? What a waste of beauty. What a waste, right? And this is why looks are not enough. When you date a woman, you date her for what's up here. I will go down in looks, right? To go up in cooperation, up in understanding. You want a girl that's coachable. You want a girl that had a good father in her life. You want a girl that understands the duty, the responsibility of being a wife. You don't want a girl that comes online looking for attention. You had a husband. You divorced him. He was 13 years your senior. That means you're married to a man that apparently, I guess, he's 57 years old now? But I know a lot of men that are 57 years old right now that wouldn't date you, especially after seeing this video. Okay, so listen, you're advertising to the world why you are a horrible choice, but you understand why you. But you will never understand that because you don't think like a high value man. High value men don't think I'm gonna find a girl who's older, immature, and I'm gonna accept everything about her because she thinks she's a unicorn and she has a butterfly tattoo on her arm. I want you to look in the mirror, right? If you ever see this video, I want you to look in the mirror, right? Make your finger like this. Make your finger like this. Put it up against your head and say, loser! Because that's exactly what you are. You are a loser. This is what a female loser looks like, right? And by the way, I want to help women. So I make this as kind of tough love to help women. Because I want women who are younger. I know some young women watch my channel to not do this. Don't do this. High value men, we don't respect this. Right? I did a video earlier today that you could see. Ocho Cinco and Shannon Sharp, they told you that they don't value women like this. They don't. Okay? We don't. All right? Anyway, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you over there.